Levanta aqui pra colocar. Lembra, né? Levanta um pouquinho mais. Obrigada. Vou fazer isso aqui, tá? Só que não vai ainda. Vira aqui, traz bem o teu ombro primeiro pra cá. Aí. Puxa o ar, solta. Isso. Puxa o ar de novo. Volta. Aí.
The Killer Girl Giants.
Yeah. Bad woman.
Yeah.
This is like black magic.
Obrigado, sim.
Vira de lado pra levantar.
You're very
tá?
good.
Ai,
You're
meu
very,
Deus.
Você
very
é
good.
muito boa.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. She's the best. She's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, tell her it looks like she's doing black magic.
Falou que você tá fazendo, parece que tá fazendo magia preta.
Oh, meu Deus.
Toma cuidado pra falar isso agora, né?
É.
Senão... Rafael é racista. Minhas bolas.
Minhas bolas.
Não existe.
Magia tem que mudar.
Magia é bolas.
Magia é bolas.
Eu fiz uma magia aqui nas minhas bolas.
Ai,
Sumiu.
sumiu.
I made a magic in my balls. Just disappear.
Fucking hell.
Penúltimo leg day.
Yeah, this is our... Como eu falo penúltimo em inglês?
We need just one more leg day.
How can I say? We have the last day, the last leg day, and the leg
One
day before
before.
was what?
So we have 2 more leg workouts left.
Yeah.
Yes. This. We have 2 more leg workouts left, and this is the first of 2.
Good.
É mais simples do que eu imaginava, não tem penúltimo então.
É verdade, não existe penúltimo. Se tiver, né, alguém nos comentários souber.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so today we're just going to be warming up on leg extensions. Not going to be going to failure. Just going to get some activation, get some blood flow around those quads, and then we'll move on to the first exercise. We'll probably use this as either the last finishing exercise for thighs, or it will be the exercise before the end. But we're going to see how he's feeling, how his mobility is, what his pump's like. His pump should be really, really high because we pushed carbs incredibly hard for 3 days. However, yesterday it was incredibly low carbs. So basically we pushed up to 1,000 grams of carbs for 3 days. Yesterday's total carb content was 150. Today it's 150. Maybe a little bit of extra carbs intra just to get him through the workout, because obviously it's going to be a very tough workout. But yeah, he's in a really good place. Prep, body weight, hardness. And I don't know if you guys seen the video yesterday, training chest, he looked crazy, crazy full and hard throughout his chest cavity and his shoulders and arms yesterday. Actually ridiculous. Looked stage ready yesterday as far as that density in that muscle.
Oh, deixa eu começar aqui, né?
Aí sim, testar o relógio novo.
You know, just made weight. Just made weight.
I need a paper.
That's not in the fucking, that's not in the client athlete coach fucking contract. Hashtag fuck that shit.
This is black magic.
No, that's fucking brown magic.
Brown magic.
Nothing fucking magic about that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is. That's like a disappearing act. As soon as he does that, everybody disappears.
Put more.
Yeah, I know. That's still like for you. Good. Good. Come on. Up high as you can. Come on. Proper extension. Better. Good. Come on. Good. Come on. Push, push, push. Come on. Keep working. Come on, half. Good. 3. Stay strong. Come on. Let's go. Come on, 5. Come on, 5. Up. 4. Up. 3. Up. 2. Good.
Olha ele aí, ó.
Bom dia. Bom dia.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bom dia! Yeah!
E aí, Pinuquinha, você acorda meio...
Não, sabe
Você
que
tá acordando ainda?
Não,
né?
eu acordei cedo, só que sabe o que foi a pinducada hoje? Entrei no carro e fui para a nossa academia. Quando eu cheguei lá, eu falei, putz, é lá na Max. Aí tive que sair lá da Moca e vim para cá.
Começamos
7,
agora.
good, come on. 6, work hard, come on. Good. 4, 3, 2, good set. Very good.
Tá gostou do cabelo?
É.
It's incredible, you would never know. Unbelievable.
The same the real hair.
Did you take that off at night time or does it stay there all the time?
I put on in the room. Yeah.
Stay. What about shower? If you shower?
Shower, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the shower,
Have,
yes.
como é que é cola?
Yes. Have a glue.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How often do you take it off?
Quanto tempo você demora para tirar?
10 days. 10 days. 10 days I need to
Como é que fala
change
manutenção?
for cleaner. I put on other glue.
Okay, wow. Fuck, I'm
Every 10
tempted.
days he goes to the barber, take off, clean it.
Fuck, I'm tempted.
Yeah.
Fucking. But if I change, Jason Statham disappear. Okay, stand. Good. Perfect. Good. 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 Excellent. 3 more. Good. 2. Good. Well done. Okay, good. Let's go, strong. Good. Power. Good. Come on. Good. Perfect. Good. 3. Good. Drive. Good. Come on. Good. Stay there. I'm with you, okay? Single rep. Down, power. Let's go. Drive. Power. Good. Better. And again. Drive. Up. Good. 2 singles, half. Drive. Good. Stay. Last rep. Come on. Drive. Big push. Good. Okay.
Você veio com a camiseta da Dragon.
Tá bem?
E aí, tá bem? Pois é. Representando a casa do Jamil.
I
Tava cheio pra caralho.
I'm pretty certain.
This whole place.
I'm pretty certain in the 5 days based around Olympia, I think they had over 6,000 new, people come and train. Over 6,000 new people train there. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
The last 2 days, I was too much, man. I can't train them.
No, but
Because of Olympia.
because you were able to go into the private room, right?
And a lot,
Not private gym anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
there are a lot of video makers there.
yeah.
There's a guy with cameras and every place.
You're too busy, guys. Way too busy.
But,
I've been
I love
to
there.
everything.
It's a-
You can't
it's
go
an
on the train.
amazing place to train.
Yeah.
Eu quero uma remada do cavalinho.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. One down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Agora tá ficando bonito o leg.
Não, ele faz série crescente, ele faz drop, ele faz rest pause, ele faz as coisas que eu faço.
Ele brinca, né? Ele brinca.
Cara, eu tô tipo amando.
A gente precisa de um desse lá.
Você gostou desse?
Esse leg é bom, esse leg é bom.
É.
Ah,
Aquele lá me dói o joelho.
o nosso que tá parado, ele prometeu que essa semana ele vai levar a peça lá.
Aquele lá é parecido com esse.
É, aquele é bom demais.
Tem que testar ele.
Não, se o rolamento funcionar e ficar bom, a gente fica com ele. Se não ficar, a gente passa para frente. E vem
Agora
de casa.
aquele outro lá não dá mais não.
Não, aquele lá é estranho demais. Também não gosto, estou fazendo ele, meu joelho reclama.
Muito aqui, assim,
Meu joelho reclama
Esse
também.
aqui coloca todos os pesos e...
E o joelho não reclama. Exatamente.
Esse leg é top.
10 good reps, okay?
Esse e o da Hammer.
Vou levar esse aqui embora. Os caras chegam aqui de noite.
Arrumar um assaveiro.
Aqui de madrugada e levar.
Good. Perfect. Good. Try. Good. Try. Good.
Ó, o dedinho, ó, o dedinho. E aquele assim, aquele assim.
Muito bom, mano, gostei. Por isso você tá nessa alegria.
Fica na vibe aqui, mano. Não escuta nada.
É isso.
O som que ele tá ouvindo.
É.
Just like have this as a working set, okay? You're going to be rest pausing, okay?
Ok.
So you stay fucking strong, okay? You stay fucking strong.
Yeah.
Come on. Get that depth in me. Come on, brain train. Good. Drive. Good. Push. Come on. 8. Good. Stay there. 2 reps, power. Let's go. Come on, drive. And again. Up. Good. Rest, pause. Don't you rack it. You got 2 singles, half single reps. Come on, drive. Up. Good. And again. That's easy. Good.
Yeah.
Right.
Acordou cedo, fez uma refeição, carbo baixo praticamente, que não tem carbo hoje, ele vem aqui e desempenha. Se você quiser ser bom, você tem que fazer igual, tem que pagar o preço.
Good. Good. Come on. Good. Perfect. Good. Break it down, okay? You've got 5 singles. You've got to get it. Come on, drive. That's 1. Come on. That's 2. They're super strong there. Come on. Break them down. Come on. Drive. Come on. Up. Half. You've got 2 reps. Come on. Strong. Up. Good. And again. Drive. Rest. Right, mindset now. Let's push these sets. And get that depth. Don't go shallow now, Pat. Get that depth. Come on. Good. Come on, depth. Good. Push. Drive. Come on. Good. Break it down. Singles. 6. Drive. Come on. 1. And again. Come on. Drive. 2. Come on. 4 more. Drive. 3. Break them down. Come on. Push. Good. Come on. Nearly there, Hap. Single. Drive. Up. Stay there. Last rep. Drive. Come on. Big push. Yeah. That's a set. That's the best set. We're going to drop set, okay? So fucking strong. Come on. You've got 2 sets left. That's all you got, right? So come on. Come on. Push. Good. Strong. Come on. Let's go. Come on. 4. Come on. 3 up. 2. Drive. Good. Okay, let's go. Big push now, Pat. Come on. 6 to 8. 1. Drive. 2. Come on. 3. Push. 4. 5. 1. Good set. Reps a place. Come on. Every rep is a place on stage. Every fucking rep is a place on stage. Come on. Sit tight. Drive. Strong. Good. Good. Come on, stay strong. Let's go, come on. Good, 3, come on. 2, keep working. Okay. Let's push this set to the max now, come on. Let's go, come on. Drive. Up. Push. Come on. Come on. 3, push. 2, drive. Okay, well done, Harry.
Alonga, daí vai lá.
Good. Good. Drive. Good. Good. 3 more, half.
2 more reps?
3. Yeah. 3. Good. Excellent. That's okay. Good. The fact that you still got that very clear coming up here is really good to see. The fact that you just
Truco.
Se você filmou, os caras vão falar.
Sorry, coach. This happens when I train too early.
Well, what we'll do is we'll train tomorrow, even earlier, so we'll shit his pants tomorrow. Good. Good. Come on. Come on, drive. Come on, don't stop. Come on, don't stop. 5. Come on. 4. Come on, don't stop. Don't stop. Come on. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, rack it. Rest up. That's a little bit too light here.
Alonga o quadríceps. Com
A
certeza.
gordura de todo lado.
Hoje vai. Porque é o gasto basal.
Até agora já foi 700 calorias.
Nossa.
Ah, eu vi lá o vídeo. Nosso parceirão lá trouxe pra ele o relógio.
E ainda tá na metade do treino.
Será que vai ter umas passadinhas hoje também?
Vai. Eu tô fazendo passada de manhã todo dia.
Ah, é? Acordou, já vai fazer.
Troquei o card por passada.
Pergunta pro Nil se ele gosta de escadaria também.
Ah, falou que pode ser, mas
É uma vez por semana.
eu prefiro... Eu tô fazendo passada porque eu vou até embaixo
Sim.
e subo no glúteo.
Então, aí na passada, na escada, você pula degrau
É.
e afunda e depois faz panturrilha. Você faz assim, ó. Você subiu o degrau, isso, daí vai lá e sobe a panturrilha. Você vai ter
Qual é o movimento?
Você sobe o degrau, aí você terminou, você sobe a panturrilha e passa pro próximo. É muito bom, cara, a panturrilha meio frita. Luiz Otávio só fazia esse exercício de panturrilha.
Stay fucking strong. Come on.
Ah, tudo.
Don't go fucking weak. Strong. Good. Good. Drive. Push. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Rack. Stay there. Take a rest. Right, 3 to 4 full reps. Come on, strong, strong. Let's go. Come on. Drive. Up. 2. Come on. Drive. And 1. Good. 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 Come on. 2. Drive. 1. Better. Good. Take your rest. Okay, let's go. 3 to 5 full reps. Big full reps now. Full strong. Drive. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Keep working. Keep working. Come on. Keep working.
Vontade de cagar, velho, de treinar posterior. Que bagulho louco.
Tem que instalar
Não dá
uma...
dor de barriga, dá um bagulho assim, ó.
Tem que instalar uma flexora no seu banheiro. Vai dar doido com a sua doidura.
É bom não ter nada pronto. Se tiver pronto, sai.
Fazer um rest pause e vai.
Tem que treinar sem ter nada
Você
pronto.
vai
tá
dar
ligado?
uma peidadinha pensando que é peido e não é treino.
Magic Brown, coach. Magic Brown.
Supplements, right?
Right.
And there was a product called Calpan Alpha. It was like kelp is a little bit like seaweed.
Seaweed, yeah.
So it was like a very concentrated kind of seaweed.
Right.
And then it was desiccated liver, which was liver in
Right.
a tablet. And then I used to eat up to 120 raw eggs a week. And I used to have my Calpan Alpha and my...
Oh
and
my
It was fucking horrendous, guys. Honestly, dead people don't smell that. Dead people don't smell that bad. It was so fucking bad. Good. Good. Better. Come on. Drive. Come on. 2, 1. Good. Right, you got a minimum of 5 reps. Try and get 6. Let's go. Come on, stay strong. Drive, come on. Push. 1. Good. 2. Good. 3. Come on. 4. Drive. 5. Better set. Good. That's fucking better. Good. Push. Come on. Big push. Come on. Good. Let's go. Come on. 4. Come on. 3, 2. Drive. Good. 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 Come on. 6, 5. Good. Good. Good set. Good. Good. 4 more. 3, 2. Good. Better. Better?
Yeah, better connection.
Good. Control that negative, yes? So stay on that heel. Good. Come on. Good, come on. Good. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Better?
Better.
You want to stay on it?
No.
No. Okay. So what do you want to do? You choose. You either do deadlifts or we do hip thrusts. But if you're going to deadlift, which I prefer you to, I want you to wear it out.
Deadlifts.
Okay? Bar or dumbbells?
Bar.
Okay. Blood in it.
It's very good.
Good. Good. Stay on the hamstring. Good. Good.
Vamos só secar, nós vamos secar e ficar grande. Isso. Isso. Você não vai fazer um abdutor no final hoje?
Não sei, acho que dá pra fazer.
É. Lembra que a gente falou ontem? Fazer no final aqui a adutora. Tá acostumado a pegar em cima do caixote. Boa.
Good. Drive. Good. Perfect. Good. 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 Last 2 to 3. That's all. Come on. Strong, strong. Drive. Good. Excellent. Come on. Good. Good step. Good step.
Bom trabalho.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah!